Hey guys, it's 13th of December today, and as of yesterday, I am 1 year post-op. That seems a little bit insane. It's weird to me because I have mixed feelings about how much time has passed. On one hand, like I had my surgery when it was winter, and now that it's snowing stuff again, it brings back a lot of memories of what it was like, so it feels like it was really recent. And I still vividly remember what life was like before surgery. You know, like the pain and uncomfortableness of binding, both physically and emotionally, and just, you know, like bailing on plans because I didn't want to have to put my binder back on, and having trouble sleeping because my back hurt so much and it made my asthma worse, and just everything horrible about that is all still so vivid in my mind. And even before binding, before I realized I was trans, just the physical pain of having such a large chest, because I was really, really big. I mean, obviously I had to have a reduction before I had top surgery, so that's all still super, super fresh. But at the same time, my chest, as it is now, it never felt weird. Since right after surgery, it never felt abnormal. It always just felt like that's how I should be, and that's how I've always been. And so it's weird that I could feel that way but still, you know, remember so well what it was like before surgery, and feel like it just happened last week and I just got back from Toronto. So it's weird, but it's been a year. So I guess I'll do the shirt off thing. Okay, so I know we just did this a month ago, but this is what I look like a year post-op. You know, again, the lighting isn't great in here, but this is pretty much what it looks like in real life. Still have that little spot there. It is getting better. I just have to remember to massage it more. But yeah, I mean, nothing to complain about, really. I've mentioned before that the scars from my previous surgery healed incredibly well, and as fantastic as those were, they were nowhere near as good as these. Given the nature of a reduction surgery, you know, you still have things hanging, so there is a tendency for the scars to stretch, which mine did, but because they had faded so much, they were still hard to see. But these are like, except for this one little spot, super, super flat. They're still pretty thin. I can't really... I don't know how to describe their thickness. Like, it's really hard for you guys to see. But they're about the thickness of... You know when you... I don't know why I just thought of this, but you know when you make friendship bracelets with that, like, different colored string? They're like that thickness. Like, they're really thin. So I really lucked out with how well they healed. I guess I'll do another close-up of my nipples. The nipples are, I mean... They don't act like real nipples. Instead of getting hard, they kind of just shrivel up. But I really couldn't care less. I'm ecstatic with the placement of the sutures and with the placement of the nipples, and I have no complaints at all about my surgery, and the way it went down. Even though I had a hematoma and it was scary and all that jazz, no complaints with the results whatsoever. So that's what I look like a year post-op. It's, like I said, like, it's weird because I feel so comfortable and feel like I've always been this way, but I do catch myself doing slightly bizarre things sometimes. Occasionally when I'm taking off my shirt, even if I'm alone, I'll still, like, kind of pull it and look down just to kind of double check that I actually have had surgery and it wasn't just a dream. And then the other day, and I might have done this before, but I only happened to notice the other day, I was getting out of the shower, and as I was walking back to my room, I caught my reflection in the mirror, and I had tied my towel, like, over my chest, under my arms. And, you know, I'm sure plenty of men do that if, you know, like, it's not an unusual way to tie your towel. I just hadn't noticed myself doing that before, since surgery up until now. And I was like I obviously used to tie my towel like that because I had something to cover, but it was just weird that I've done that before. But yeah, nothing really new to report. Just enjoying having a flat chest every day. Loving the gym. I just got a membership back to the gym that I used to go to, and so the locker room experience has been interesting. I'll probably make a whole other video about that. But yeah, I'm just super, super grateful. This stuff is easy to see, this hair, but I actually have quite a bit here. Oh, that was a weird little sensation. I have quite a bit here and below as well, so I think I'll probably, my scars, as not visible as they are, will probably be covered in hair anyways. So yeah. But yeah, a year, that's crazy. I know there was one more thing that I had to mention that I'm forgetting. Right. Treatments. So I know I'm going to get questions about this. The only thing I used on my scars was Alex Haney's scar cream. I modified it slightly to accommodate my allergies because he used shea butter, which I'm allergic to. But I'll put the link to his video below, and if you have questions about how I modified the recipe, just ask. I used that pretty much as soon as my scabs fell off the scars, which, if I remember correctly, was 2 months post-op. That could be very wrong though. And I started using it when I got out of the shower and again before I went to bed. Now I've used it only before I go to bed, because it's kind of, it doesn't like absorb quickly, so it sticks to your shirt. And I found it uncomfortable, so I just started using it before I went to bed. And I think I'm on my 3rd pot of it right now, and they're about like that big, the pot that I use, container, whatever you want to call it. So it lasts a pretty long time, and this one will last even more because I'm using it less frequently. And then the only other thing I do is put moisturizer on my scars in the morning, but it's not like specific to my scars. I just put on moisturizer because my skin gets dry, and that's a thing that I do, so I just put a little bit extra on my scars. But yeah, that's all I do. For those that were curious, I started training again. I believe it was 3 months post-op that I started training lower body, and then 4 months that I started training upper body. But again, I don't really remember. That could be wrong. Maybe go check back on my previous videos. This is getting kind of long. All that I will say to add is that it's hard to see my scars on video, so I'm going to try to take some good pictures of my scars and of my nipples, and maybe have some progressions of pictures over the past few months, and I'll post that all to my Tumblr, so I'll put that link below as well. And as usual, any questions, comments, whatever, feel free. I'm always happy to hear from you guys and to answer questions. I'll probably cut down on the frequency of my videos now that it's been a year and there's not much to update on a regular basis. But yeah, 1 year. Cool. I'll talk to you guys soon.